Hello again, everybody. It's me again, Keith. Good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well. It's February the 3rd. We're going to go through Leviticus 19 through 21. It looks like today will be a short read as long as I don't mess up very much. If you missed the last episode, basically we went through the Day of Atonement, the sanctity of blood, how that's like the life force that gives any flesh like life, and the laws of the sexual morality. I apologize if I seem a little bit off in this video. I thought I was over that sickness from a few videos ago, but dang, do I feel like I got walloped. I'm feeling rough today, but ain't no excuses here. We're going to dig into this word. All right. Leviticus 19, morale and ceremonial laws. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say to them, You shall be holy, for I, the Lord, am your God, am holy. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols, nor make for yourself molded gods. I am the Lord your God. And if you offer a sacrifice of peace offering to the Lord, you shall offer it of your own free will. It shall be eaten the same day you offer it, and on the next day. And if any remains until the third day, it shall be burned in fire. And if it is eaten at all on the third day, it is an abomination, it shall not be accepted. Therefore, everyone who eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he has profaned the hallowed offering of the Lord, and that person shall be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, nor shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. And you shall not glean your vineyard, nor shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger, for I am the Lord your God. You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to another, and you shall not swear by my name falsely, nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not cheat your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of him who is hired shall not remain with you all night until morning. You shall not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear your God. I am the Lord. You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. You shall not go out as the talebearer among your people, nor shall you stand against the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor and not bear sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord." I wonder, like, when he says "I am the Lord" behind like a certain point, if there's like supposed to be like more emphasis. But you would think like everything is equal in the eyes of the Lord, as like, sin is sin. Well, anyway, onward. You shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your livestock breed with another kind. You shall not sow your field mixed with seed, nor shall a garment of fixed linen and wool come upon you. Whoever lies carnally with a woman who is betrothed to a man as a concubine, and who has not at all been redeemed nor given her freedom, for this there shall be scourging. But they shall not be put to death, because she was not free. Maybe I didn't understand that one right, but we'll move on. And he shall bring his trespass offering to the Lord to the door of the tabernacle of meeting, a ram as a trespass offering. The priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before the Lord for his sin, for which he has committed, and the sin which he has committed shall be forgiven. I wonder if these people are like, going out and sinning on purpose. They're like, I got enough rams. I'll just go ask for forgiveness. Sounds like what a lot of people do. They willingly sin. They know it's bad, but they just ask for forgiveness because, the Lord forgives. So, onward. When you come into the land and have planted all kinds of trees for food, then you shall count their fruit as uncircumcised. 3 years it shall be uncircumcised to you, it shall not be eaten. But in the 4th year all its fruit shall be holy, a praise to the Lord. And in the 5th year you may eat its fruit, and it may yield to you its increase. I am the Lord your God. You shall not eat anything with the blood, nor shall you practice a divination or soothsaying. You shall not shave around the sides of your head, nor shall you disfigure the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor except for his relatives who are nearest to him, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, and his brother. Also, his virgin sister who is near to him, who has had no husband, for her he may defile himself. So I don't know what that means. I feel like I need to... Oh, I flipped 2 pages. Okay, let me start at that spot again. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any mark on you. I am the Lord. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry, and the land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. I kind of feel bad reading that out loud, saying I am the Lord, because like obviously I'm not, but like he knows like I'm talking to you guys. Right. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. You shall rise before the gray-headed and honor the presence of an old man and fear your God. I am the Lord. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall do no injustice in judgment, in measurement of length, width, or in length, weight, or volume. You shall have honest scales, honest weights, an honest ephah, and an honest hin. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments, and perform them. I am the Lord. All right. There's a lot of more insight into the statutes from the Lord. On to Leviticus 20, the penalties for breaking the law. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Again, you shall say to the children of Israel, whoever of the children of Israel, or of the strangers who dwell in Israel, who gives any of his descendants to Moloch, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. I will set my face against that man and will cut him off from his people, because he has given some of his descendants to Moloch, to defile my sanctuary and profane my holy name. So I'm having a hard time remembering who Moloch is, but I think he's a bad guy. Maybe one of y'all can help me out, put it in the comments. And if the people of the land should in any way hide their eyes from that man, when he gives some of his descendants to Moloch, and they do not kill him, then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and I will cut him from his people, and all who prostitute themselves with him to commit harlotry with Moloch. Then the person who turns to mediums and familiar spirits to prostitute himself with them, I will set my face against that person and cut him off from his people. Consecrate yourselves, therefore, and be holy, for I am the Lord your God. You shall keep my statutes and perform them. I am the Lord who sanctifies you. For everyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He has cursed his father and mother. His blood shall be upon him. The man who commits adultery with another man's wife, he who commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. The man who lies with his father's wife was uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have committed perversion. Their blood shall be upon them. And it's probably like meaning in the case like where they were both consensual that it happens that they be put to death. But maybe not. I don't know. If a man lies with a male as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, and their blood shall be upon them. If a man marries a woman and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burned with fire, both he and they, that they may be no wickedness upon you. If a man mates with an animal, he shall surely be put to death, and you shall kill the animal. If a woman approaches any animal and mates with it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. They shall surely be put to death, their blood is upon them. If a man takes his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, it is a wicked thing. They shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, shall bear his guilt. If a man lies with a woman during her sickness, and uncovers her nakedness, he has exposed her flow, and she has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from their people. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor your father's sister, for that would uncover his near of kin. They shall bear the guilt. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness, and they shall bear their sin. They shall die childless. And so I don't know if that means like they don't have no more children, or like their children get killed. That's what it says. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and my judgments, and perform them in the land where I am bringing you to dwell. I may not vomit you out. And you shall not walk in the statutes of the nation, for I am casting out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them. But I have said to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you to possess, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, who has separated from your people. And I think when they says like a land of milk and honey, I think it's just like a really prosperous land, like just very vibrant. Everything grows, and like the flocks of your animals flourish. You shall therefore distinguish between clean animals and unclean animals, and between clean birds and unclean birds. You shall not make yourselves abominable by beast or bird, or by any kind of living thing that creeps on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And you shall be holy to me, for I am the Lord, I am holy, and have separated you from these people, that you shall be mine. A man or a woman who is a medium, or who has familiar spirits, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with They shall stone them with stones, and their blood shall be upon them. And there he goes again. More insight to his statutes, and some of them I feel like they retouched on, and just like beating that in. And I guess at this moment in time, they're not in the promised land of the land of Canaan, because he said like, I'm gonna be kicking these people out, and like once you get to that land, you better hold these statutes, or you're gonna take this land, and like it'll drive you out too. On to the last section for the day, Leviticus 21. And the Lord said to Moses, speak to the priest, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, none shall defile himself for the dead among his people, except for his relatives who are nearest to him, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, and his brother. Also his virgin sister who is near to him has had no husband. For her he may defile himself. And I guess that means like to make a marking on your body, as in like a tattoo, like what we were hearing about earlier. But otherwise he shall not defile himself, being a chief of man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make any bald place on their heads, nor shall they shave the edges of their beards, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God, for they offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife who is a harlot or a defiled woman, nor shall they take a woman divorced from her husband, for the priest is holy to his God. I'll just reread that. They shall not take a wife who is a harlot or a defiled woman, nor shall they take a woman divorced from her husband, for the priest is holy to his God. And it has a little asterisk by the priest, and down here it says literally he. So there's that. Therefore ye shall consecrate him, for he offers the bread of your God. He shall be holy to you, for I am the Lord who sanctify you, am holy. The daughter of any priest, if she profanes herself by playing the harlot, she profanes her father, she shall be burned with fire. He who is the high priest among his brethren, or whose head the anointing oil was poured, and who is consecrated to wear the garments, shall not uncover his head, nor tear his clothes, nor shall he go near any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or his mother, nor shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God, for the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord. And he shall take a wife in her my apologies. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow or a divorced woman, a defiled woman, or a harlot. These he shall not marry, but he shall take a virgin of his own people as a wife. But see, like, I guess my deal is, like, what happens if, like, the woman lies and he, like, marries her, like, after she's had a husband? Like, how does he know about that? And I'm sure that may have arose. I don't think these people know everything about each other. But anyway, moving on. Nor shall he profane his posterity among his people, for I, the Lord, sanctify him. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, saying, No man of your descendants in succeeding generations who has any defect may approach to offer the bread of his God. For any man who has a defect shall not approach. A man blind or lame who has married face or any limb too long, a man who has broken foot or broken hand, or who is hunchback, it makes me sit up, or a dwarf, or a man who has a defect in his eye, or eczema, or a scab, or is eunuch. No man of the descendants of Aaron the priest who has a defect shall come near to offer the offerings made by fire to the Lord. He has a defect, he shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. And I wonder if that's like a temporary thing, like if you just get eczema or like your broken foot, like once you're healed and like you no longer have that condition, can you practice, or are you just like defiled for life? Anyway, onward. He may eat the bread of his God, both the most holy and the holy. Only he shall not go near the veil or approach the altar because he has a defect, lest he profane my sanctuaries, for I am the Lord, sanctify them. And Moses told it to Aaron and his sons and to all the children of Israel. So there you go. I guess Leviticus is just the Lord laying down the law of the land, basically. I'm not exactly sure how long it is. We'll find out in time. Anyway, I'm not going to rehash all that. There's a lot to follow. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in, putting up with me. And I hope to see you on the next one. Sincerely, thank you, everybody. If you would, just like, subscribe, comment, and help get the word out. Thank you so much.